2 Days in the Valley is a 1996 film directed by John Herzfeld that revolves around the events over 48 hours in the lives of a group of people who are drawn together by a murder. Plot: two hitmen, Lee Woods and Osmo Pizzo, walk into a bedroom where a sleeping couple, Roy Fox and his ex-wife Becky, are in bed. Lee injects Becky with a tranquilizer, then shoots Roy in the head. Lee and Osmo then drive to an abandoned area of Mulholland Drive, where Lee shoots Osmo and blows up the car in order to set Osmo up as the fall guy for the murder. Lee flees the scene with his girlfriend Helga. Osmo was wearing a bulletproof vest and survived the shooting and car explosion. He seeks shelter at the house of Alan Hopper, where he takes Hopper and his assistant, Susan Parrish, hostage. Osmo is unaware that Hopper has called his sister, Audrey Hopper, a nurse, to come to the house. On her way, Audrey picks up Teddy Peppers, a down-and-out TV producer contemplating suicide. Meanwhile, Becky awakens and discovers Roy's body in bed beside her. She runs from her house and flags down two detectives, Wes Taylor and Alvin Strayer, who are driving by. Although he is sympathetic, Wes begins to suspect that Becky knows more than she is saying. Becky, who had hired Lee and Osmo to kill Roy for $30,000, was unaware that they would kill Roy in her own house. Lee goes back to the house to get the money, but encounters homicide detectives Craigton and Valenzuela working the crime scene. Lee kills both of them. Wes decides to return to the crime scene to see if he can offer any insight on the case. Masquerading as one of the detectives, Lee lures Wes outside, intending to kill him. Becky and Helga get into an argument which turns into a fight. Becky shoots Helga and escapes. Helga finds her way to Becky's house, where Lee has knocked Wes unconscious. Lee decides to kill Helga instead of taking her to the hospital, but his gun jams. He turns to retrieve Wes's gun but finds that Helga has escaped and has flagged down a passing car containing Osmo and his hostages. Susan jumps out of the car and tries to help the dying Helga, but Helga dies on the roadside. Wes is caught in the middle of a shootout between Osmo and Lee, and is shot in the legs. Just before Lee can kill Osmo, Teddy, who had planned to commit suicide, shoots Lee, killing him. A grateful Wes allows Osmo to take the $30,000 and escape with Susan. The following day Teddy shows up to an anniversary party that Audrey is attending. As Susan and Osmo drive down a highway, Osmo contemplates using the money to start a pizzeria in Brooklyn. Susan smiles and he kisses her. Cast: Danny Aiello as Osmo Pizzo, Greg Crotwell as Alan Hopper, Jeff Daniels as Alvin Strayer, Terry Hatcher as Becky Fox, Glenn Hadley as Susan Parrish, Peter Horton as Roy Fox, Marsha Mason as Audrey Hopper, Paul Mazursky as Teddy Peppers, James Spader as Lee Woods, Eric Stulls as Wes Taylor, Charlize Theron as Helga Svelgen, Keith Carradine as Detective Creighton, Louise Fletcher as Evelyn, Austin Pendleton as Ralph Krupe, Kathleen Luong as Midori, Ada Maris as Detective Carla Valenzuela. Reception: the film was given mixed reviews from critics, with a 60% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 53 reviews. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 stars out of 4 on his rating scale, saying that it looks like a crime movie, but crime is the medium, not the message. Terry Hatcher's performance earned her a Golden Raspberry Award nomination for Worst Supporting Actress. References. External links: 2 Days in the Valley at the Internet Movie Database, 2 Days in the Valley at Rotten Tomatoes.